Well, it finally happened. I have been waiting for this movie for many, many years. Okay, it is finally here. I didn't get invited to the watch party that everybody else got invited to. Warner Bros. I love Mortal Kombat, but anyway, I did watch the movie. I do have thoughts. The first half of this review will be spoiler free. Then the second half will be full of spoilers. I will let you know when I get to the spoiler part so you can watch the first half. And then if you want to keep it spoiler free, your ass can leave. Okay. Oh, I just hit the mic with my lip. Okay. Going into this movie, right? As somebody who is obviously a very big Mortal Kombat fan, very excited. Okay. I've been hearing good things all week. I've been seeing good reviews. So I was excited, right? I really love the first Mortal Kombat movie. Even though Annihilation isn't like great, right? It's not fantastic in any means or anything. I like it, okay? I don't love it, right? But I like it. So going into this, I was very curious on how they were gonna do everything. Obviously, there was no Johnny Cage. We have a new character that just spawned out the blue named Cole. So I was like, how are they going to go about this? And I would say this was a enjoyable movie. It was good, right? I'm not going to say it was. Fuck it. I'm going to say it. Being a big Mortal Kombat fan, it was great for me, right? It did a lot for me. It had a lot of fan service. It had a lot of things where I was like, it was basically me watching the whole movie, and I'm sure I've missed some things, but it was basically me watching the whole movie and pointing and being like, oh, there's that, there's that, there's that, there's that, there's that, there's that. And it was cool, right? I thoroughly enjoyed it. There were if we're being critical, if I'm putting my fanboyness aside, right? I'm speaking from, if we're being completely critical, I think the movie was a solid start to what seemingly is going to become a movie franchise, right? Is it perfect? Absolutely not. There are some aspects. Let's talk about what I liked, right? The characters all feel good. And I ain't gonna say they all feel good, but the majority of the characters, they feel good. Kano, the dude that is playing Kano is a perfect cast, right? The two casts I really think they nailed in this movie, or I'll say three. The three casts they perfectly nailed in this movie for me was the dude playing Scorpion. When that was announced, I was like, that is an absolutely fantastic cast. I don't think you could have cast anybody better to play Scorpion. The dude that plays Sub, very, very, very good casting. And then the dude that played Kano, he did a great job. I really feel like he immersed himself in the Kano culture because, Kano is just the dick, okay? Kano's character is that he's just the dick, right? And this dude constantly throughout the movie gave you dicky vibes. He was saying a bunch of shit. He was saying borderline racist shit. He was saying a bunch of Kano-like shit, okay? For the first half of the movie, Kano kind of carried, okay? Kano was carrying the first half of the movie. His funny comments. It just felt like when you're watching, he was making you laugh, but he was annoying at the same damn time. And that's what Kano is. He's an annoying ass asshole who's funny. And I think the dude that played Kano fucking nailed that character. Absolutely nailed Kano. That was fantastic, right? So I thought that was good. Choreography, the fighting choreography was fucking fantastic. The fight sequences in this movie are great. They flow really well. It looks good. Okay. The CG, I'm not gonna put in a good section, but I'm not gonna put in a bad section. There's some really good CG in this movie, in my opinion, but then there's some CG that's rough, right? The blood looks looks a little odd. Okay, the blood at times looks a little odd. It looks, I ain't gonna say it looks very cheesy. Okay, which didn't bother me as much. Right, it's not gonna bother me. I don't give a fuck if blood looks cheesy. I like cheesy shit. But I could see if somebody was watching the movie and they were like, blood looks a little cheesy. Okay. Goro I thought looked great. Goro looked fucking fantastic. Cabal, oh my god, Cabal looked really good. I did not expect Cabal to look as good. Cabal will look good, not just his costume, which was absolutely fantastic, not just the person who was playing Cabal, who played Cabal down to a fucking T. Cabal was another really good goddamn casting. And on top of that, like when he was doing like his moves, obviously he was doing all his running and all that shit. It looked really good. It looked so good. Cabal doing all his running and things like that looked really good. Who else? Cole, I don't know. Like I thought Cole was okay, right? It feels like Cole was kinda not really needed. I get the point of him. If you watch the movie, you kind of start to get the point of him. And I'll touch more on that in spoilers, but honestly, and it's not that like the acting was bad, or it just felt like Cole was kind of awkwardly written into the story. It just felt really out of place. Like you like see all these like Mortal Kombat characters, you're like, yeah. And then it's like, Cole, I'm a cage fighter, and it's like, I thought Cole character was okay, but like it just kind of felt like it was an unnecessary mush into the story, right? He wasn't really needed into the story. Like Sonya was a great casting. Sonya did a great job in this movie. Jax was solid. He was solid. Okay. Kung Lao, great casting. Liu Kang, great. The motherfucker that played Liu Kang swole, okay? I don't know what kind of exercise he was doing to get built like that, but I'm trying to get built like that. So I need to figure out what his training regimen was, because he did one of these, and I was like, oh my God, okay? Who else was? Shang Tsung, great job. I thought most of the characters, I didn't have it. There was only one character I kind of had an issue with, but I'm just going to go through all the characters. So, you know, everybody won't be like, well, what did you think about this character? Natara was weird. She didn't really have much impact for me personally. Now I said one, but now it's two. Okay. Natara felt, she had less of an impact than Cole. I was like, well, what was the purpose of this character being added into this movie? Shang Tsung was good. I'm pretty sure I already covered him. Molina. Okay. Molina was pretty good, right? I thought Molina, the person that played Molina, did a good job. The CG effects on her mouth looked great. Her special moves, she was constantly teleporting and using her size. It's pretty good too. So no issue. As somebody who's a very big fan of Molina, no issues over here for that. So let's get to the character that I really had a problem with. I keep saying only two. Okay, first of all, they did Reptile dirty, but we'll get that in the spoilers. Okay, I hate it. I'm not gonna like spoil what occurred with Reptile, but I hate Lizard Reptile, right? I do not like Lizard Reptile. I feel like the first Mortal Kombat movie did it perfectly, right? He was this little nasty lizard thing, right? It's Reptile, right? He's a lizard, okay? He climbed into like this suit, became not Scorpion. He became Ninja Reptile, okay? I don't like Lizard Reptile. It looks disgusting. Stupid. Okay, I hate him. I hate Lizard Reptile. That's something personal for me. I just don't like Lizard Reptile. The biggest character problem actually came from unexpected source. Cole actually wasn't my biggest character problem. Like they did what they could with the Cole character. Like he was okay, right? It just felt like he was unnecessary. Okay. A character that was necessary in this movie that didn't feel really impactful at all to me was Raiden, right? I did not get God vibes from Raiden at all, right? Raiden kind of felt weird. It didn't really seem like he got like strong lines, right? It was just like he was unbelievable as Raiden, right? The lines didn't really portray like this I'm a strong god type of deal. Like he was doing kind of godly things. But he never felt like super intimidating, right? When he was talking, you never really felt like intimidated as you should when Raiden is I feel like when Raiden is talking, you should kind of get like this sense of intimidation, like you're getting talked to by a god. It never felt that way when Raiden was talking. They never really gave him like these wise moments that Raiden should have. You know, Raiden should have like these random wise ass like moments. It never really felt like he had those random wise moments. It just kind of felt like he was there to be like, you get stronger. Yeah, you aren't strong enough. Yeah, you can't do this. Yeah, look at you do that. Like it just felt like he was there to be a hype man. Like, every time he came on screen, it felt like he had no impact, and like whatever scene he was in, whoever else was in the scene basically like dominated. So that was my biggest character issue. Like Raiden just felt really odd. The story looked clunky, okay? The story was a little clunky, okay? The movie stands at like an hour and 50 minutes. I felt like this movie could have had a little more time, right? It felt like no character was able to really like, except maybe Kano, right? Except Kano, it felt like no other character, which is weird because Cole is technically the main character, right? It felt like outside of Kano, no other character really had time to like shine, right? And it's not to say that they didn't have like good moments, but it's hard to build like a relationship like with a character in like situations like these. Like you like I wasn't able to build an attachment to like Kung Lao or build an attachment to like Liu Kang or build an attachment to Cole or build an attachment to Jax, because it felt like even though the movie was an hour and 50 minutes, it felt like nobody was really on screen enough. And I say Kano is like the only character you start to like kind of get that feeling for, is because he has like the most impactful moments in my opinion. And his character kind of flourished. He had the most like, as you would expect Kano to have, he has the most like outlandish character. So a lot of things he did and said kind of have an impact with you. And I didn't really get that with any other character. It just felt like there wasn't enough screen time for them to fully develop every character, right? And a lot of intro movies kind of have this problem where they're trying to build like, especially if you're trying to build like multiple characters and trying to start a series, and you need time, right? I feel like this movie could have been better with an additional hour. It started to feel a little rushy towards the end. It started to feel like definitely rushed. Because it seemed like it jumped from, it felt like there was really no like, because you know in movies it's like, okay, you got the build, right? You start here, you're building up, right? You reach the peak, and then it kind of goes down from there. It felt like the movie had the beginning, and then this whole middle part right here didn't exist. It went from the beginning to the peak, and then it kind of stayed at the peak for a little bit, and then it just like de-escalated. It felt like it didn't have enough fluff in it, right? It didn't have enough character building moments to make you feel like, okay, now I'm starting to get an attachment with these characters. Felt like the movie kind of lacked that, right? So that was like my biggest gripe with the movie, was like, as a fan, I enjoyed like seeing all the references. I enjoyed seeing all the like characters and pointing out characters and being like, that's cool. But critically, it felt like the story was kind of moving a little too fast, right? It was too much. It was moving fast, and it didn't feel like a lot was happening, which is weird. I know that's weird to like say, but that's how it felt for me. It felt like it was moving really fast with not a lot like happening, right? Felt like the story progression was slow but fast at the same damn time. And if you watch it, you kind of get what I'm saying. Overall, as myself, right? Not thinking critically, right? Not thinking about all that. Okay, I enjoyed the fuck out of this movie. Right? This like if you were a Mortal Kombat fan, right? You'll fucking like this movie, right? You'll love this movie. You'll be fucking pointing shit out. And here's the thing: if you're a Mortal Kombat, when you're going into this, you got to know like a lot of things are changed, right? This is the story itself does not follow the Mortal Kombat story. Okay, this feels like their own take on Mortal Kombat, right? There's some things that do stay the same, but there's a lot that does change. So if you're going in here expecting like a direct like adaptation of like the first tournament or Mortal Kombat 1, then you're gonna be sadly mistaken. That's not what this is. And I was fine with that. It had enough references and enough like character interactions to keep me happy as a Mortal Kombat fan. I really enjoyed it. I thought it was great. If I had to give it a rating, for me personally, I give it like an 8.5. I thought it was really like, it was just a fun movie for me, right? I didn't go in there thinking super serious, or I want a super serious fucking movie, I want a super serious Mortal Kombat movie. I went in with like high hopes to be satisfied as a Mortal Kombat fan. And I was. I thoroughly enjoyed it, and I had fun, and it was enjoyable to watch. Now I'm going to, at this point in the video, okay, you watch me ramble for 17 minutes, okay? I'm going to talk about spoilers a little bit, okay? So I'm going to start spoilers in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Spoilers. The thing with Cole being a descendant of Scorpion was very odd. I don't understand why they decided to go down that path. It's clear like they're trying to make him into like the Scorpion for some reason, but I don't know why. This just felt really weird. Cole's character was just unnecessary. Okay, he was just unnecessary. It just felt like, I don't know why they decided to do this descendant thing. I don't get it. I just would have rather had like the dude playing Scorpion show up from hell, fight Sub-Zero, which he does at the end of the movie. He shows up from hell and fights Sub-Zero. That's all they had to do. The Cole thing was kind of unnecessary. I kind of feel like they kind of used Cole to kind of steer the story a little bit, oddly enough, but felt like he was really unnecessary. Reptile was fucking garbage, okay? They really did Reptile dirty. They had Reptile, first of all, I hate the lizard reptile. They had the big ass lizard reptile, right? He gets killed by Kano, which was cool. Him dying to Kano was pretty fucking cool. The way everybody was getting their powers, a little weird, okay? So basically the way people were getting their powers was that they were awakening them, like, which was, for some characters that makes sense, right? If you're doing something like super fucking extraordinary, that makes fucking sense, okay? Let me tell you the characters that makes sense for, okay? Liu Kang, that makes fucking perfect sense. He's shooting fireballs out his goddamn hands, okay? Sonya, that makes perfect fucking sense, okay? She's shooting energy blasts out her goddamn hand. Jax, that doesn't make any fucking sense. Because all he has is metal goddamn arms, okay? So Jack starts off with like these little ass metal arms, right? And then towards the end of the movie, he's like, yeah, I'm unlocking my power. And then like his arms grow bigger. Weird. Very weird. Kano getting a laser eye being a power unlock. Okay, that kind of makes sense. Okay, I feel like at that point you could have just made it so he had like a robotic eye, you know. But Kano's all let slide because of laser eye, you know, that could be seen as some crazy shit. But Jax's arms, I was like, get the fuck out of here. I was like, get the fuck out of here. Kung Lao dies. Shang Tsung sucks his soul out, which looked fucking fantastic, by the way. Sucking his soul out, I was like, oh shit, cool. RIP Kung Lao though. What else happened in this fucking movie, dude? Sub-Zero had a lot of screen time, actually. Sub-Zero was on the screen quite a bit. And the times he was on screen, it was pretty cool. So shout out to Sub. He was killing families. He was killing people. Sub ain't give a fuck. Okay, Bihan. It seems like in the next movie, obviously, this movie is gonna fucking do great. Okay, I have no doubt in my mind that this movie is gonna do. People love fucking Mortal Kombat. Okay, it seems like they're setting up for the next like movie to actually be a tournament, right? This movie wasn't a tournament. Okay. It was really like Shang Tsung trying to be like, fuck this tournament, we gonna fight. And then the Earthrealmers being like, okay, fuck it, let's fight. That's basically what this was, right? There was, so what I was talking about with pacing issues, so then they had like this big ass brawl, right? Where everybody was getting their ass whooped, right? This is why I said this movie felt like it was going fast, right? They had this big ass brawl, right? And all the Earthrealmers are getting their ass whooped, okay? And then they get teleported away by Raiden. Kung Lao dies, okay? Not even 3 minutes later, Raiden teleports them all to different places. And then, he teleports them all to different places and then they fight again. It was like, there really felt like no time to mourn Kung Lao's death. It felt like you would think like they would have like maybe a moment to like train, like it'll be like a training montage in between or something. It just felt like there was not enough time in between them getting their ass whooped the first time and then them going and beating the shit out of everybody else the second time. Like there was like literally no time in between that. I was like, okay, these motherfuckers they're just gonna show up and fight them again and win. It just felt like for some characters this makes sense, right? Liu Kang, this makes perfect sense. Okay, he's already a great fighter. He shouldn't have any issues. Sonya beating Kano, fair. Okay, all right. But Cole going into he just unlocked his powers going into a fight. I don't know about that. To be fair, Cole kind of lost his fight. He was fighting Molina. Molina was bapping his ass up. Molina got killed by Sonya, who got her powers from killing Kano. So it was weird. It was just weird, right? So it seems like Goro died to Cole, which I was like, it seems like Goro's going to come back, right? Or they're even good. I don't know what they're planning to do with Goro. He's dead, so maybe Shang is just going to bring him back. Because at the end of the movie, Goro and Sub die. You know what's going to happen to Sub, okay? Sub becomes Noob, obviously. So I don't really know what they plan to do with Goro. Is it going to be like some weird thing where they're going to be like, we made Goro into Kentaro, which makes no fucking sense. But who knows? The big ending scene basically was Raiden was like, hey, we need to get more fighters, right? We need more Earthrealmers, right? The big thing missing from this movie for a lot of people was obviously Dickhead Johnny, right? We had Dickhead Kano, but we need Dickhead Johnny. Okay. Johnny was not in this movie. And it's like, I'm trying to place a timeline because it feels like this movie wasn't like the official start of the tournament because no tournament actually fucking happened. This is random fighting. So it feels like the next movie will actually be the start of the tournament. So at the end of the movie, Nicole's like, yeah, I'm leaving this fight because he was fighting for like $200 or some shit. I don't know why he was doing that. So he was getting his ass whooped for $200. So he's like, yeah, I got to go to Hollywood. And then like they show this poster and it's like Johnny Cage's like belt and it's like his fucking movie premiere. Okay. Which is cool. Okay. So Johnny clearly is going to be in the second movie and we're going to get more fighters. What I would like to see in the second movie, right? I want them to, obviously they need more time. Make this a beefy movie. Make it 3 hours, okay? Give them plenty of time. I want the characters to be more fleshed out. It felt like none of the characters was fleshed out. I would steer away from making Cole the main character, right? Cole is just kind of here. If they don't have any big plans for Cole, turning this as some random shit, I don't know. Okay, he is not the main character. Okay, if we being real here, okay, really the main character of Mortal Kombat is fucking Liu Kang. It starts off as Liu Kang, and then at some point Raiden becomes kind of the main character. Raiden is always kind of like a sideline main character, but it's really Liu Kang, okay? And then recently it has transformed into fucking the Cage family, okay? But Liu Kang is the main character, okay? Let's keep it that way. Let's keep it that way. Let's keep Liu Kang as the main character. This Cole side arc or whatever the hell it was cool, but let's make sure that we keep Liu Kang as the main character. Like I said, overall I thought it was solid. Good movie. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I just hope they improve on some of the ass parts of the movie. Because there were definitely some parts where I was like, kind of ass. The opening scene, which is actually already up, you can actually watch that, was pretty good. Pretty damn good. I enjoyed this movie. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know what you thought about the movie in the comment section below. If you enjoyed it, what you liked, what you didn't like, what you hated, what you loved. But yeah, I thought this was pretty solid. Hey, I enjoyed the movie. So as always, y'all, pass class, don't eat ass. I'm out this bitch.